President Barack Obama started this Holocaust that we are living in today. President Barack Obama signed the North America Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. Now, for all you people that understand economics, you knew that was the death of America's the death of the America's workforce. It's the reason why big corporations moved out of America and sold their goods here, but they moved out. Let me say that again. They moved out of America. They moved out of America, but sold their goods here. So basically what I'm saying to you is, they said, we're gonna up and move. They said, what is this person doing here? What are you doing? Yeah, what did he do? They got the blinkers on there. She just cut me off, put her blinkers on, and driving slow. Oh, but anyway, the North America Free Trade Agreement, what it did was it said to large corporations, you can move out of the country. Now, the people in the country are not making the goods. Of course, foreigners are making it, but we're shipping it back to the U.S. to sell to Americans. Prior to that, Americans were making the goods. Therefore, Americans will put to work, while those same said goods were sold to the American people. But a Democrat socialist that was very low key said, we're gonna change this. Look at that fucking that car. Now it's just holding up traffic. That escalating. Unfucking believable. And then she just cut over back in the lane and almost hit a car. Unfucking believable. So, where was I? Oh yeah, it all started with this socialist that they kept socialists underground, but they acted like it was just normal business as usual. Anybody will tell you that owns a house, if I tell you I'm gonna rent it to you, but you can rent it out from me, but you ain't gotta pay me, anybody will tell you that's not gonna work. Anybody that knows business understands that if you tell a company, hey, listen, you ain't gotta pay taxes, you ain't gotta employ our people, how do I do this? Just move out of the country. But then I'm gonna get hit with tariffs to bring my goods back into the country. Oh no, President Barack Obama signed the tariffs. They signed the North America Free Trade Agreement. Oh, really? Tell me more. Well, glad you asked. You can still have your products made in Mexico. You still have your products to be made in Mexico. But you ain't gotta pay nothing. It's free trade. Oh, so in parallel perspectives to what NAFTA is to America. They tell you when you move to another country, sell all your stuff and buy it when you get into that country. Because I want to be clear about something. When you go to Thailand, I have an E38. If I was to, E38 ran in Europe, it ran from 1994, and then 1995 it came to America, and then it ran in America from 95, and then it entered production in 2001. So the E38 lifespan in America was 1995 to 2001. It had a 6-year run. Right now, if I was to go to Panama and buy an E38, it'd cost me probably $8,000 to get the one that I have, a 2001. If I was to go to Thailand and get that same car, it'd cost me about $20,000. That's because the trade, right? A lot of you guys don't understand free trade, but when Barack Obama signed the free trade, your boy Biden extended it. So you guys don't know the dysfunction of Democrats. This is why when Biden was running for president, I was like, what the hell? But everybody in my personal Facebook was like, here go Chris, dumbass nigga, don't know what he's talking about. Okay. No, I can't. Wow, I can't use that card because I don't think the card is unlocked. Oh well. Hey, bloody well. I'll just go and I take these dogs out for their walk, and then I'll go to I'll just get some gas. That's all I need. Of course you don't say thank you, because she's a black woman. Of course. Of course. Anyway, so what happened is, like I was saying, so now when Barack Obama was in office, they disguised free trade. And then something happened. What the Democrats did was they sold America that Donald Trump was bad. He was the bad person. So how could he possibly be president? He was the bad person. He was the bad person. He was the bad person. And then what happened? The premise, in a sense, is now bad people can become president. This is why now you see bad people speaking out bad, because the Democrats fooled everyone by saying Donald Trump is bad, and now everybody's speaking bad about Donald Trump, which was a lie. But so now individuals can say things like, we're all one race. There's no genders. And all of this was cloaked under the Democrats fabricating Donald Trump is working with Donald Trump is working with, this was put out by President Barack Obama, and it was found to be true. Donald Trump is working with Russia and all this shit. And everybody that was misled, again, is now on that, well, Donald Trump, how could somebody be so bad? And then they put a black woman, oh, Donald Trump is a, Donald Trump is he's a felon. How could a felon be president? Okay, you don't know none of the details of how somebody can get charged with something that no one has ever got charged with in the world. You mean to tell me a man lived for 72 years of his life? All he did was help. When Jennifer Hudson had her issue, he put her up in the Trump Tower for free. When Nelson Mandela got out of prison, he sent the plane to go get him. His plane to go get him. When Michael Jackson was going to trial, he was with Michael Jackson every day of his trial. When Mike Tyson was going to trial, he was the only one that went on a TV show and said, how could a woman come to a man's room at 2 o'clock in the morning and think that she thought she was coming there to have coffee? But I've seen this type of devilish antics before with the Tia LaShawn Bradley. Lady. I've seen this devilish antics with the Tia LaShawn Bradley. Well, the Tia LaShawn Bradley told me that the greater the person, the bigger the devilish gotta be. It's kind of like when you see Superman. Superman never fight villains that only have one arm. Superman never fight villains that have no worldly 100-tier power. Superman always fight villains that are world breakers. And that's what happened with Donald Trump. The reason why it was such a big avalanche of lies for one person is because he was so great, and nothing did America justice but when they put a Potsy in office, a black woman, and ran her office, her whole campaign, she ran on destroying a person. Now, the funny thing about you Democrat-loving POSs is when white people do this to black people, you seem to know and understand it at full value. You seem to understand it. You seem to, no, when a cop does this, you seem to understand it. But as long as that same evil force is doing it to somebody else, it's okay. You have no problem with it. You have absolutely no problem with it. And that is the fake fuck. Bad forces are bad forces. And eventually those bad forces are going to come knocking on your door. So, President Barack Obama, a Democrat, started this whole narrative that President Donald Trump was working with the Russians. Meanwhile, he's working with the Russians. He signed NAFTA. NAFTA is the reason why all the corporations left. Big corporations left and went to Canada. Big corporations left and went to Mexico. And then all these job losses. You go look at Detroit, you see nothing but a ghost town. Why? One of the reasons, you can make cars overseas. You can make cars overseas and sell them here. There's no tariffs, nothing. You can't do this in no other country. Tell Thailand you want to ship a car in Thailand and see what they tell you. Tell, listen, over in Colombia, you can't even ship a car. If it has 1 mile on the odometer, you can't ship it. All right? So everybody else got ship laws. Everybody else got ship laws, but America. And you think there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having, you can do whatever you want. There's nothing wrong. You see nothing wrong with just go ahead and that factory that was employing 30,000 people, it's okay to move to Mexico, but still the product that was created from that factory that had them 20,000 people employed, you see nothing wrong with them saying, the factory moved, but the product is still here. You see nothing wrong with that. Eventually, over time, this narrative started choking our job forces. You still see cars, you just don't see people with the ability to buy them. But that's a Republican's fault. No, it's not. It's a Democrat's fault. And the reason why you think it's a Republican's fault, because you don't understand economics. You're a piece of shit. You don't understand economics. And so now let's get into the meat and potatoes of why you came here today. So now when you look at, let's fast forward 10 years later, 10, 12 years later, 18 years later, you get Mr. Mamdani, right? Because Barack Obama was 08. This guy is 2026. He gets into office, and boy, he is putting a spin on y'all bunhole like nothing before. He said, Quattro, no eating grass no more. We ain't doing that no more, little buddy. Mr. Mamdani, he got into office, and he said, fuck all the night stuff. We going with pure 100% gray. Quattro, what are you doing? No, I'm sorry, man. Quattro, I'm sorry, little buddy. It's upsetting your stomach, man. Okay? Quattro, it's upsetting your stomach, little buddy. He knows I want him to stop doing that. That's why he's coming all the way over here trying to hide from me. So Mamdani gets into office, and Mamdani says, damn the pleasantries, damn the appetizers. We going straight to the full meal. We getting rid of this. I'm going to hit you off with free. And then anytime you listen to somebody that run their campaign off of free and run their campaign off of his words, word for word. I don't dislike billionaires. I just don't think they should exist. And you vote for that. So let's scale it down. Billionaire. Let's go to the person that's making 50,000. Why? What's wrong with the person that's only making, they can't find a job at all? What's wrong with the person that's that doesn't have a job at all? What's wrong with them saying, I disagree with people that make $50,000 a year. I just don't think they should exist. I think you should tax them. How come you guys only know how to look at things from the big scale, but don't know how to scale down? Yeah, so when you scale down, what you're going to do is you're going to start seeing and understanding the perspective and narrative that these socialist Democrats are coming up with. They're nothing more than an idiotic perspective and an idiotic narrative that you're looking at the big picture. You're not looking at the movable parts. You're not looking at the movable parts. I love when they play. Okay, lady, stop. So Again, stop, lady, come on, stop. Stop. You got to stop. It's go to bathroom time, not play. You went and made your brownies. Let him make his brownies. So like I was saying, so I kind of like Mr. Mamdani from the fact that he's an honest socialist. He's trying to rebrand the Democrats as socialists. And obviously, when you guys hear that word socialist, you don't shiver or quiver like you should, because Adolf Hitler was a socialist. Their one perspective, one narrative is to choke society and have everyone dependent on the government. Social services. That is their ultimate goal, but you don't see that. And for all you individuals that say, well, I got a job, I just don't like the Republicans. Okay, you don't like existence, because all them individuals that he is, lady, come on. All those individuals that he is putting in a position where they need government will eventually come knocking on your door too. And I will be glad when they do. I swear I would. I want this Mamdani thing, and for all the things, you know, the New York City just struck down, a judge just struck down a judge just struck down his raised the taxes on the billionaires. A judge just struck it down. Today is Saturday, the 15th of April. A judge just struck it down. And still, with that being said, the devastation on New York City is just getting started. It's just getting started. I swear to you, New York City will look like a slum narrative. And then what he's going to do is he's going to then say, I got all the answers. He's running all. You guys aren't smart enough to see what he's doing. He's running all the billionaires out of the country, out of the city, all the people that can help the city. He's running them out so he can be the lone wolf standing and say, I got all the answers. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, black people would get food. On Wednesdays and Saturdays, that's what's going to end up being. Soup lines that's going to stretch across and through the Holland Tunnel and across the George Washington Bridge, because you got an individual that is telling you what the fuck he's doing, but y'all not smart enough to see it. Y'all not smart enough to see it. Name one time you ever heard a Democrat say, we're going to create jobs. Name one. Name one. Ain't that what you need? You need it. What do you need? You need a job, or do you need free buses? Which one do you need? You hear them hit you off with free. You ain't never heard that man say, I'm going to create jobs. And dude got the mecca center of business in the world. He's the mayor of it. And he can't create jobs in New York City? That's like saying, I got baseball players, I got a baseball field, I got pitchers, I got bats, but we ain't in no position to play the game. Y'all don't see that, though. Y'all don't see that. Y'all don't see that. Lady, y'all don't see that. Y'all whole focus is on how they trained you. Trump. It's always Trump. It's amazing to talk to one of you dumb idiots, and you say things like, yeah, but the Democrats want men to be able to go in the bathroom with little girls. And then the only thing you rebuttal with, yeah, but Trump is racist. I heard the same thing when he said, when I said, I heard the same thing when a person said, yeah, but they're allowing children to be able to say they don't want their three-piece no more, and they're only 8 years old and they feel like a little girl, and their mother shouldn't stop them, or parents shouldn't stop them from chopping off their items. And you said the same thing. Yeah, I know kids are 8 years old and they're not fully developed, but they know if they want to be a woman or not, and parents shouldn't be able to stop them. And you agree with that? Of course I do, because Trump is racist. That is amazing. That is truly amazing. That is amazing. All of y'all answers to agreeing with the Democrats is Donald Trump is racist. Donald Trump is racist. Donald Trump is racist. And for the most part, For the most part. For the most part. I'm gonna make sure we're clear. Thank you, Quattro. I want to make sure we're clear. Billionaires are smart enough to make $1 billion, but when it comes to them saying, "Nah, we're gonna get the hell out of here with this guy," that don't ring on you, huh? That don't ring on you, huh? So if it's raining out and everybody going to get umbrellas, you're just looking around saying, "That's not smart. That's not smart," right? All these companies, you know, he just got the award for the best economic, for the best improved economical city. You know he just got the award. You know who gave it to him? Florida. Florida said, "Thank you for getting all of your millionaires to come move down here to Florida. Thank you." To a mayor that governs, they gave the award to a governor that governs in New York. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? It's possible. It's possible because they're rubbing it in his face. What door is open? Oh. It's possible because they're rubbing it in his face. They're rubbing it in his face, and they should. I will never understand how could a person look at a Democrat and vote for him. I will never understand this. Never. I'm gonna let Lady give y'all that ultra beautiful music. right, calm down. Calm down, calm down. All right, all right, all right. I got yours, Quattro, and I got yours, lady. All right, so let me jump back on to the North America Free Trade Agreement. North America Free Trade Agreement, again, a bill signed into place by your boy, and when it was done, all the individuals were smart enough to say, "Oh, I know what this means." All right, so when the North American Free Trade Agreement, the big, large corporations that employed thousands of people, they left. When your socialists get in charge of the country, of a city, excuse me, when the same individual get in charge on the city level, the billionaires leave. You notice that all the important people, all the people that understand, they know and they leave. They know the advantages and disadvantages of Democrats, except black people. They did the most to black people. They said, we're gonna do Jim Crow, we're gonna fight against civil rights, we're gonna start the Ku Klux Klan, and did all this stuff, and the only motherfuckers that forgives them are black people. Businesses don't forgive Democrats, that's why they get away from them. Billionaires don't forgive Democrats, that's why they get away from them. The only people that forgive Democrats is black people. I used to talk to this dumb bitch named Ebony, and I said, it's no way on this planet you could be this fucking smart. But when it comes to talking about Democrats, the only thing she could say is Donald Trump is racist. Only thing she would say, Donald Trump is racist. I used to ask for specifics. How? What exactly is making him racist? She never gave me one. She never gave me one understanding. I don't know about y'all, but I cannot deal with people that have this dumb narrative that they think that I'm standing 10 toes deep on this because the word racist applies to the other guy. Leave me the fuck alone. I find that to be unbelievable. I do. I find that to be unbelievable. I will never again be in a conversation with a person that's a Democrat. I'm talking to you and I realize you're a Democrat. Oh no, this conversation's over with. This conversation, no, hell no. You know, whoa, this person is not wrapped too tight. We live in a society where feelings, studies show that if you mention the word racism around black people, you get triggered. All conjugative thinking out the window. You just, the word racism, you got so much personal shit tied on to racist, a person being racist. So let me get this right. Let me make sure I understand this. A rattlesnake will bite you. You ain't got no problem with that. That's just the nature of a rattlesnake. You never say nothing in parallel to rattlesnake. Pit bulls, you still buy them even though their reputation. You still buy them. Still buy them. There are food companies out there. Oh, here's a good one. They're saying that you could put a McDonald's hamburger, put it out for a year, and it'll never go bad. You have no problem with that fake processed food. But the second somebody say racism, it just activates. How is that possible? How do you still go eat a fucking McDonald's hamburger that has been known to make, it has so many pesticides. Their fries, they say when they spray their fries with chemicals, they need 6 weeks to air out. Nobody can go near them. And when they do, they have to be in a chemical suit. Fry them up and you eat them, and you have no problem. You have no problem with that. But it's a problem for a white person to be racist, and that bothers you. That's why individuals walking around fat, sloppy, and nasty looking, wearing big ass shirts, talking about something. Well, you know, hey man, when you get old, you just get big, man. No, you don't. You're a fucking Democrat. You have thoughts of a Democrat, you bitch. They ran an entire campaign on a person being racist, and you brought it. Didn't give you no details. Didn't give you anything. Didn't give you no ingredients. Fabricated everything, and you said, "Boy, they studied you." This is why they had bitches twerking. So you mean to tell me you can go apply for a job? You can go apply for a job, and they'd be like, "What are your special skills?" My bitch, I can twerk. That's my thing. Oh well, Shaquita, you got the job. That's how that go. You allowed a Democratic president to tell you how to make collard greens. This is why they cater to the poor with antics, tax you, tell you they don't give a fuck about you, but smart enough to know where the money is with the rich, and you vote for that. You vote for that. You vote for that. You said, yep, that's about right. You voted for that. It should literally be illegal to be that stupid. You should literally have to take an IQ test to vote. I remember I was watching this person just walk around and ask people questions. And everybody knows you want to get a fucked up answer to something that's a long conversation. Ask a black woman, ask a black person, ask a black man, ask them. So they were saying, what are some of the benefits of living in America? And they asked these 3 groups of black, I don't know what they were, but they had orange hair. That's why I didn't know what they was, because they had orange hair. You know, side note, there was once upon a time when only clowns wore colored hair. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled video. So they asked this individual, these women, what is the best thing about living in America? This chick said, because black people are here, living next to black people. Oh, what was the question? What was the best thing about living in America? Yeah, living next to black people. I was looking at a video of a couple that moved to Panama, and there's an expat group. Expats are individuals that used to be patriots, expatriates, so ex-Americans. So these ex-Americans have moved over to Panama and formed a group, and it's like everything they need, you come to us. You use our lawyer when you want to renew your visa. You use our, and this man was married. Him and his wife was like, he was like, we're not joining that nonsense. We didn't come all the way over here to Panama just to be around black people. The wife said, yeah, we came here to embrace the culture, you know, and then he went on to some other, the male went on to say some other significant stuff that was so true. And I was like, there you go, you got it. Like, what exactly is so significant about being around people that are so hardwired that when you say racist, they lose their damn mind? What is so significant about that? What would make somebody say, boy, yeah, I want to move. I want to be clear. I'm looking to get the fuck out of the United States because of black people. I don't like the culture. I don't like what we've become. I don't. And listen, it's going to get worse. These socialist people that black people are voting into office are going to have you right where they want you, committing a crime just to survive. They're going to have black people right where they want you. Yep. Tell me when I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm wrong. I'm gonna put the window down later, little buddy. You're on the highway. It's gonna make that buffing noise. Even though this truck don't need it, I'm gonna get a new battery for this thing. I'm gonna get a new lithium battery. Get a new lithium battery for this truck. I call this vehicle, this truck, this is my this truck is my BMW Hoopty. This is my BMW Hoopty. It does all the dirty work. As you notice, I don't even have a rear seat cover for the dogs. My Nissan have one, but I don't even have one in this. I get one. I just like this. This is excellent for scooting around town. My diesel is still in the shop. I done messed up. I messed up driving it local too much. You can't take diesels, these new diesels, you can't take them on 5-minute rides no more. They clog up the filter. All the individuals that got X5 diesels, if they made the X5 diesel, I think before 2008, last model was 2008, or I think 2008 was the last year. Then they put the delete the system on there, the diesel, clean diesel systems on there. That's what I got on mine. So In the wrap up, I want to thank New Yorkers for giving America a clean-cut example of what happens when you vote for a Democrat, a newly proclaimed socialist Democrat. Before, it was cringeworthy to say socialist. Now they done normalified it. They making it seem like that is something that you want to do. You want to be a socialist. You want to raise your family on a socialist instead of the good old-fashioned get a job. Nope, you want a socialist. You want them to wreck the city. You want them to wreck the job. You want them not to create jobs. You want them to just destroy the city. Say they're gonna fire. They're gonna what are they gonna do? They're gonna disband the police so crime can go up. You listen to all this and they still get your fucking vote. That is amazing. That is truly amazing. That is amazing. That's like somebody saying, when you get a mortgage, after you pay the mortgage off, we take it and you vote for it. There's simple perspectives in life. There's simple perspectives in life. If you want to eat, you work. There's no way to reinvent that. But for some reason, you guys vote for Democrats that claim they can have you living high off the hog by sitting at home. It should be illegal to be that fucking dumb. But I'm gonna end this video with this. I'm so glad Mamdani is serving up y'all bunholes in New York. Thank you for taking one for the team. Leave your comments below. Bye.